Hello again, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. It is Comic Kid here again, and as y'all can probably imagine, I am just absolutely ecstatic to be unboxing and reviewing this here for you guys today. Now, as y'all can see, it is clearly the Spider-Man PS4 2099 black suit Hot Toys figure, which is a mouthful to say, and despite the fact that it is labeled as the black suit, it is not a black suit, and I'm honestly not sure where that title comes from or the name at all. You can clearly see on the box that that is a blue suit and not a black suit, and when you unbox the figure, it is a blue suit and not a black suit, so I'm not sure where it's come from, but we have him here today, and I am just unbelievably excited to open him up for you guys. Now, it does say Sideshow exclusive up in the corner up here. I do believe it was a Toy Fair exclusive, and it was distributed on Sideshow's website like it normally is. And so yeah, I'm not quite sure if COVID had a role in that, but he has been out for a while. You guys have probably seen some other videos on this figure, but I mean, we just got him in. I got Miles and the comic classic suit Spider-Man both on pre-order. And so this is actually my first Spider-Man hot toy here, and my first Marvel one, believe it or not. So yeah, just can't wait to get him open here for you guys. So you can see he comes in a really big box, but it is about standard size for Hot Toys. Typically they might be off by like a little bit here and there. There's really no like set size for Hot Toys boxes. It all just kind of depends on the size of the figures themselves and the number of accessories. But here he is here. As you can see, it's just a pretty basic looking box. You have the PS4 logo along the side there, and some of the legal info on the back. And so there's nothing too exciting about the packaging in my opinion, aside from the fact that it's just a gorgeous and beautiful Hot Toys box like it normally is. So we'll go ahead and crack it open for you guys and get into some of the layers of the box here. Alrighty guys, so now the dust sleeve is off, and I just absolutely love the magnet there that unfolds and reveals the window for the figure himself there. Now, I guess we'll just go ahead and pop this guy out of the box, but I absolutely love how almost every Hot Toy box does come with that feature. I kind of wish you could see them more in stores that way, but some people prefer buying them with the dust jackets on. But I mean, it looks great, and just the extra design that goes into the packaging itself is always just phenomenal. But we'll go ahead and get one layer deeper. Alrighty guys, now here he is out of the box, still kind of in some plastic wrap here, but you can really start to see the accessories come out, and I just absolutely love everything he comes with. He is certainly not light on accessories, and I absolutely love that you can tell this right out of the box. Y'all can see some of the webbings off to the side here, as well as the hands down on either side. And when you get this kind of front little plastic fastener off, you know there's just going to be some more on the bottom side as well. So, I mean, even covered in some of the extra plastic just to kind of keep him safe throughout transport, you can tell he is just a gorgeous, gorgeous looking figure. So we will go ahead and get into some of the specifics a little later on as far as accessories go, but we'll go ahead and crack him open now. Alrighty now you guys, here he is out of the box and everything, and just wow, this is some absolutely just truly incredible work by Hot Toys. Again, as y'all can see, not at all sure why he's labeled black suit, because that is a very nice deep blue there, and just the red makes everything just kind of pop out. And though he is based specifically on the design of the game, this is one of the most accurate, like realistic interpretations of the 2099 suit from the comics that I can imagine. Now, though the character in the comics is Miguel O'Hara, the game is technically just a skin for Peter Parker's Spider-Man, but because there's no alternate head to distinguish them, I will be referring to this one as Miguel. And just wow, you have some absolutely just insane detail on this thing. From kind of the spotted pattern in the boots, kind of going all the way up through the suit, through the kind of leathery sheen along the sides there. This is just incredible work. Now, if you guys are gonna get him, I would caution you, these spikes on the side do give a little, but are very spiky and pointy, and so I do feel as though they will snap off really easily if given the right amount of force. But I am just absolutely blown away by everything in this figure. You can see some seams along the inside of the thigh there. Not a huge deal. They gotta sew the thing together somehow. But I mean, even the kind of bunches in the fabric along his neckline there, you can kind of feel it give if you press it in, but for the most part it seems like it's sculpted in, and it just really gives the whole skin-tight spandex feel to the figure itself. Now we'll go ahead and flip him around here. Again, you do see a few extra seams, but again, not a huge deal. But like, even all this detail on the back of the suit just is I'm absolutely blown away that Hot Toys can do stuff like this. And again, keep in mind, this is not my first Hot Toy figure. And so the fact that I'm still surprised by their work is just a testament to their abilities as creators and toy makers. But this is just some wonderful, wonderful detailing and everything about him. So if you are on the fence about him, I hope seeing him in person will kind of, help you make up your mind here. Now we'll go ahead and switch to some photos for some further detailing. But articulation is one of the key concerns that I have for this figure. And being a Spider-Man figure, you'll definitely want him to hit some more dynamic poses. But the spider itself, like the one on his chest plate, is bendable around the abdomen. And so I really like that they included that there. At no point does it feel like it's going to rip off the suit, in my opinion. I was a little cautious about it, and had I not seen photos on Sideshow's website of his ab crunch, then I probably would have been terrified to even attempt an ab crunch. But I mean, it feels pretty secure in the suit there, and so there's that. He does go back a little as well, and again, it doesn't really feel like that piece is going to come apart from the suit. And I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it is a double layered ab crunch, which means there's one kind of where his waist is at, as well as one where his rib cage meets the rest of his body. He does have some butterfly shoulders as well. They are a little bit limited by the rest of the suit, but you can tell that they're there, and that extra little range of motion will certainly be key if you want to pose him a certain way. But his shoulders come up pretty far, almost to, they are able to hit a perfect 90-degree angle, although the suit does feel like it's a little tight around the armpits, so I would caution you if you're going to have him like that. And then as far as bringing them up, you might have to work around the fabric, but I mean, the range is certainly there. The suit has the potential, but bringing his arms like up and forward too far like this is going to be a bit of work, if not impossible for the figure. We'll have to play around with him a bit more. He does come with some pretty good elbows. You can really kind of see the suit bunch up, so I'd be careful if you plan on leaving him in a pose like that. That fabric could easily crease there. He does have ball wrists, which give him some extra great range of motion. As far as the head goes, you have your great range of motion on this, because it's not like a Batman cowl piece or anything like that, and there's no like eyes that need to pop out. You can really kind of leave the head on, and it just has some great range of motion. It will pop off if you pull on it too hard, so don't worry if that happens, but most Hot Toys, if you don't know by now, have the built-in mechanic where you can remove the head. As far as the legs go, the spandex does allow them to come up pretty far, almost to a perfect 90-degree angle, and so there's that. Again, you might crease the fabric, so take caution in that, but they do go out pretty far as well. And again, it feels a little tight in the crotch area, so that's something to keep an eye out for as well. The knees are double jointed. Again, the spandex gives it some extra range there. Again, take caution about creasing the fabric. There is a ball joint down in the ankles as well, and even the bottoms of the feet for this figure are incredibly detailed. There is a break in there if you want the toes to stick out a little, but the fact that they detailed the feet so wonderfully is just amazing to me. Now, to get further into some of the accessories, he does come with kind of the standard amount of hands. He has 2 enclosed fists. He does have 1 flat hand for his left hand that kind of makes it look like he could slap someone. And then on the right, he does have a pointing index finger. In the game, you know, if if Peter's on his phone and whatnot, then that could be where that comes from. Or if you just want him to be pointing at someone for the sake of the Spider-Man meme, then you can do that as well. And then he does come with some grabby hands. These are kind of funny. I will certainly find a use for these hands, but unless he's clinging to walls, clinging and grabbing onto something, then I don't really see myself using these too much. He also comes with some reaching hands. They could be considered grabby hands still, but these are the ones that look more like he'll be sticking to walls, in my opinion, rather than clinging onto them. And then last but not least, we do have the web shooter hands. Now there is a separate way to attach the actual web shooters, because again, this is technically a skin for Peter, but as long as you read the instructions carefully, you won't really have any issues actually getting them to attach. Now, one thing that I did forget to mention about the fists is that only one of them, his left one, has a hole for the webs. So if you want him holding onto a web, then you only have the left hand to choose from. I'm not sure why they left out the right hand. I don't really think it's a big enough hole to make a noticeable difference at all, but that is what they did. Now, as far as the actual webs go, you do have a swinging web, and then 2 different lengths of shooting webs, which are all lumped together in this case here. And you can kind of use these depending on A, how you're going to pose him, and B, the potential length of the display case that you will be using. So it is really nice to see some options there. And then you also have an extended web that just kind of attaches to either end of these shooting webs. That just kind of attaches to the far end of these shooting webs, and you can use that to just add a little bit of extra motion to the character. And then last but not least, in terms of accessories, you have another swinging web. This one does attach to the left closed hand and kind of gives him that motion that he's mid-swing as well, and grabbing onto the web in a more bundled effect. So yeah. And then I do want to talk about the base as well. Hot Toys doesn't always decorate the base, but I absolutely love this. You have the name template here, as well as a photo of the character. And then of course you have your port for the figure stand, which will allow you to pose your Spider-Man. So that is fantastic. This wire here is bendy, but I will move that when I determine how I want to pose him. But that is everything I have for you guys today. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoy having this guy in hand. As always, let me know what you think of this figure as well as the Hot Toys line of Spider-Man figures down in the comment section below. Of course, be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you guys again real soon.